you're gonna go on this girls' night out tour.
Yeah.
And the tour gets canceled. Like, what happened?
Me and that producer acted crazy, and then the room like erupted. Yeah, everybody was just shook at like what happened. I was shook too.
Let's get the people what they want. The Wade-O Radio Show.
You get signed, and I remember when you first got signed, man. You was putting out some rapidy rap music.
Rapidy rap.
You were. It was dope though.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I'm a DJ. I love bars.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I'm not saying that in a negative light at all. You know what I mean? I actually appreciated it because it was like, it almost felt like you were saying, I want to show y'all that I'm actually talented, that I didn't just get this because I'm a girl.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it kind of felt like that. Like, was that the space you were in when you...
Honestly, I was just happy to be here, you know. So for me, that was just like the outpouring of my heart. Like, that's just what I like. I actually like rap. I was a consumer of Christian rap, so like, yeah. I think that first year, every song I made was just that's what I felt at the time. Like, there was no like premeditated, like, oh, it has to. Yeah, it literally was just, hey, I'm having fun. I can finally be on the studio side. I can finally sit down. So it really was just having fun, writing songs, and then so because I just naturally love rap, that's what came out type stuff.
Mm-hmm. And then the first project, what was that creative process like?
Yeah,
because that was clearly a different sound.
Oh yeah,
in a good way.
Yeah,
but
so it was on accident actually. So I've been through how I talked about. I went through different trials type stuff. So I went through a season where my first album was actually different. It was actually really happy, really like rap.
Yeah.
And then me and that producer acted crazy. And then I got back. I actually traveled and flew out to work with him. And I got back home. They didn't give me my beats. And I'm like, bro, because I was like, hey, can you send me the beats? I'm trying to, finish so I can like turn it in. And then they didn't hit me back. And then I get like a weird call of like, oh, I just feel like somebody else should have them. And like I noticed a reoccurring pattern in my life where like
somebody else should have them.
Yeah, so I noticed a reoccurring pattern in my life when people work with me, things turn out better than they expected. But it's when people who are like people who don't view me in a good light, if that makes sense. So there's some people who I've worked with who viewed me like a pity project per se. And so
really?
So then
why?
I don't know, that's between them and God. But then what happens is it's a reoccurring cycle. So what happens is we work together, God actually blesses what we do, and the songs are actually really good. And then they're like, oh, so that person was like, oh, snap, I didn't realize that when I worked with Wanda, like, dang, these are probably the best beats I ever made in my life. Dang, these songs are really good. And basically, I surpassed their expectations of how they viewed me. And so because of that, they didn't want to give it to me. And so...
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Why are people viewing you like this?
I don't know. So I started picking better people to, work with. But that's something you don't really know until you work with that person viewed you that way type stuff. Because I was just young, just happy to work with people. But yeah, there's some people like that, but it's unfortunate. And so I went through waves. So I went through that. And then unfortunately, I didn't have the best advocates at the time as well. So I had to let go of my manager at the time and just different things like that. And I had to start over, bro. So then I'm sad. And so that's why you end up getting exit. That's like more of a sad thing about forgiving your enemies, about moving on, and leaving your last season because I was sad. But then God put me on the heart of another producer, Taylor Hill. Yep. He was like, yeah, I feel like God told me to work with you. And so we ended up working together, and that's how we made the album type stuff. So, yeah, that's how it ended up being completely different because my first one was, like, super pure-hearted. I had never been through, I would say arguably never really been through anything too traumatic type stuff. But, yeah, and so I feel like that kind of, like, just changed the dynamic of the music, what I was doing. But it was cool because Taylor, he made more, like, epic cinematic music. So then it was a blessing in disguise type stuff. But that's how you ended up getting exit. You, like... It was kind of on accident, but you kept rolling with the punches because I'm like, I'm still going to put out an album. I just got to start over and do this thing from scratch type stuff.
Wanda, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah. It's all good.
I didn't. I mean, that's a few years ago, but that's disheartening.
Yeah.
Yeah. The body of Christ. Sometimes we can't get out of our way.
Yeah. It's all good.
I feel that. Okay, so this is what I really wanted to talk to you about. Talk about this holy girl movement, man.
Hey, holy girls. So, man, it's a legendary time. So, It kind of started with the Portia and us linking up, and yeah, don't worry about it. Really, just turned into something that was bigger than anything. And then I was
going to ask you, did you think that song was going to do what it did?
I think
Like when y'all made it, did you feel like, yo, we got one?
Nah, whenever we made it, I was like, yeah, it's a good song. I'm not even gonna
Yeah.
lie, it's a really great song. And
But did you think it was a hit song though? Because a good song, you can make there's a lot of good songs.
I think I was like, this gonna go up. I think I didn't process at the time what hit was.
I got you.
But I was like, this gonna go up.
Yeah.
And so I think it surpassed everybody's expectations, which
Sure.
is beautiful. But I knew, like, I was like, yeah, it's gonna go. It's a great song. So yeah, it was beautiful. It was crazy. We did like a quarantine session. I was quarantined while we were making that, and
Really?
like literally on the laptop. I was like, yeah, burbs to the bando, suburbs. Suburbs to the and so I remember like but we made it happen type stuff. It was crazy.
So y'all were together but quarantined.
We were separate. So I was like literally Zoom calls type
Oh,
stuff. So
okay,
we're on Zoom call. They sent me the beat. Then we collabed on the hook over FaceTime.
Yeah.
Then over that, then we just each wrote our verses, turned them in type stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all's chemistry is crazy.
It's beautiful.
Like, and it's every time y'all do something together, it's like you can tell when people are genuinely friends and they like each other, and you can tell when it's just like, this is just a business thing because it works, and we're gonna, and so it's just dope to see that.
Yeah, no. And then Portia, like, she's an amazing person. She even has her own Holy Girl era from before. Like, she's been saying Holy Girl as well. So like she's been super passionate about that, and so it was really cool that we just naturally kind of said that when rapping, like, oh, Holy Girl Summer, and so we just kind of collabed to do that as well. But yeah, man, it's been beautiful, like, just seeing the women just be encouraged. Like, even now I'm doing like a Holy Girl Summer challenge where I'm posting content every day to literally just encourage women in their faith in various areas. So I say in Bible, beauty, and business, that's how I'm going to encourage. And so Bible with devotionals, like direct words, direct, encouragement. Beauty with, like, different things like, hey, here's how you can dress modestly. So like that's the most recent thing I posted. Makeup tutorials, hair tutorials, and then business with just like learning what I learned along the way. Whatever knowledge I can share, I'm gonna share it with my homies. So
Yeah. Are you guys gonna do a project together?
We are.
An EP, something?
Yeah.
Okay.
We are. We tried last year. We got all the girls. We started making songs, but we didn't have time to like sit and like direct it with the way.
Oh, so it's not just gonna be you and Portia. This is gonna be
it's all the girls. So
this is gonna be everybody.
Yeah, we just needed time to like sit together, but life was just happening.
Life be
fast.
lifing.
Yeah. So, but we linking up for a round 2. So shoot, that might be next. Who knows? So we're gonna link up though.
Yeah, I think it would be big for the culture.
Yeah.
I think there's been a hunger. I haven't talked to you about this, but I remember a few years ago there was that hashtag on Twitter, that CHH sexism, and that mug changed the culture. It changed it. Like, I mean, truthfully, just about every label was signing female artists after that because it became very apparent.
Yeah.
This is a big thing that's missing in our community.
Big facts.
And so I think even you guys showing that community together with one another, like, that's just a different, like, we haven't really had that,
Big
truthfully.
facts. Yeah. So I'm really proud of the growth. There's so many women now. Like, my playlist just got options now. So I think it's really beautiful seeing all the women who popped out. Women who are having growth, even future things y'all gonna see in the future. Some other women you don't even know the power moves they making. So I'm very excited. You gonna see some very dominating situations with some
One
women.
day, what does this mean?
Hey,
what are you alluding to?
Just know you're gonna see some women doing some big things soon. You might see people pop out and be like, oh snap. It's gonna be in various areas. I'm just saying, like, there's things that I'm like, oh, it's about to be crazy. So next 12 months. It's gonna be serious for women.
A lot of things heating up
for different women. Yeah, they're going crazy right now. So
that's what's up. So I also wanted to ask you about this too. I know, speaking of women, you're gonna go on this girls' night out tour.
Yeah.
And the tour gets canceled.
Yeah.
And I was heartbroken for you.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even my tour.
You were like, nah.
Yeah. Because I there's a big part of me that's just like, man, the fact that a Christian rapper, and it's you, is about to be on this tour with, these gospel artists. I'm like, we need this convergence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm not telling you to put nobody on blast because I don't even know the details. But like, what happened?
It was just some back end stuff, but I think the beauty of it is we were able to see the interest of people desiring it. I think also us as women were able to link up. So like now I know all of them a little better. So now like I can hit them up and just collab like in real life for different songs and stuff like that. But yeah, just some back end stuff. But we know now for the future type stuff. So I think, all you can do is move forward and keep going. Yeah.
Yeah. It felt weird.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like everybody's team moves differently. So I will say for the most part, everybody's been respectful to me. So I won't. Everybody learns their processes, but yeah, it's just everybody's team moves different, so I can't speak on different things. But different people apologize for different things. So, but for the most part, everything was respectful. They helped market us. It was great.
Yeah, the weird thing was it was like you could see people were just disappointed that had already bought tickets.
Yeah,
like women that had bought tickets, and I was just like, man, like this is just strange.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but. Prayers up. I know I'm going to be doing my own one-day tour towards the end of the year. So stay tuned for that situation. I'll definitely be bringing women along with me. And then, yeah, so we're going to see, as dynamics continue to shift, and the Lord willing, I'll be able to finance my own situation in the future. So all that stuff.
I think a one-day tour would do really well.
Yeah. Praise the Lord. I receive it.
I do. I think you have a following, but I think you have a devoted, like your fans rock with you. Mm-hmm. Like they believe in what you're doing. Those are the types of people that come to concerts.
Yeah.
They buy tickets. They buy merch. You know what I mean? And I think it's hard to cultivate that. Like people believe in you. Mm-hmm. Like honestly, like I don't know if you feel that way, but people really believe in what you're doing and what you're saying and how you're carrying yourself.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay, so I need to know why you're changing your name. What's going on?
Yeah, so
I'm guessing there's a one day album coming.
There is. I'll be calling you.
Did we need to run up on somebody with you being held back?
That's why we had that song, Send That Thing Up.
Thanks so much for tapping in, family. Please consider joining us on our Patreon page. There's two things that you get when you join our Patreon. One, you'll get the rest of this interview, but two, you'll be the first to know when we drop new content. And we also have exclusive content over there that we sometimes don't put on this YouTube channel. And so your support not only helps us release this content, but it helps fund our operations. You guys see me on the camera, but there's a team of people that help me do what it is that we do. And we'd love for you to be a part of helping us to continue the mission and vision of helping you grow in your relationship with Jesus Christ. So listen, the Patreon link is below. Please consider joining us. We have a variety of levels, a lot of different benefits that you get at each level, and you can join where you're comfortable. Grace and peace. I'll check you guys next video.